The closer we become to someone, the more our words tend to loosen, and the more our boundaries quietly blur. At first, this often feels like comfort. It can even feel like a sign that the relationship has deepened, that we no longer need to hide anything from each other. But as time passes, that comfort can slowly begin to feel heavy. Things we once brushed off start to linger in our minds. Even small words can unexpectedly hurt. Moments of discomfort appear where there used to be ease. When I look back, I sometimes realize that this discomfort was not only caused by the other person changing. Perhaps we had grown too close, allowing the lines between you and me to fade. Perhaps without noticing, I had begun to step into their choices and emotions as if they were partly mine. There are moments when getting closer makes our words rougher and our caution thinner. And when I reflect on those moments, I wonder if it was truly closeness, or if I had started to see the other person as someone I could treat casually, someone I didn't need to be as careful with anymore. Without realizing it, my own standards quietly slip in. I did this much for you, so shouldn't you do the same for me? Thoughts like these settle into the relationship without being spoken out loud. Even actions wrapped in the language of care may sometimes be closer to my own needs than to genuine concern for the other person. I once heard a thought that stayed with me, that the closer a relationship is, the more gently we should treat it, and the more carefully we should honor a certain distance. No matter how close two people are, as partners, lovers, or family, there should still be parts of each other we do not step into without invitation. Perhaps relationships need that quiet space to breathe. So when a relationship starts to feel heavy, instead of wishing the other person would change, I find myself asking, was I standing too close? Was I placing too many expectations on them? Sometimes simply returning to my own place softens the tension more than I expect. Some relationships continue for a long time under the name of familiarity or shared history. The more time we've spent together, the more we've done for each other, the harder it becomes to let go. And when the other person no longer feels the same as before, disappointment often rises first. In those moments, I quietly wonder whether the pain comes not only from caring for the other person, but from the expectations I had placed on them. The more I feel I've given, the more I may hope, silently, that they will give the same back. And the heavier that expectation becomes, the heavier the disappointment can feel. As time passes, some connections naturally grow distant, not always because someone was wrong, but because each person has come to stand in a different place. When that happens, it's never easy to know whether to hold on or to let go with quiet acceptance. These days, when a relationship feels uncomfortable, I try to think less about how the other person should change, and more about how I am standing within the relationship. Am I standing too close? Am I placing too many expectations? I return to these questions, gently and without rushing for answers. As I continue to practice putting myself in order, little by little, there are rare moments when relationships begin to feel lighter. I don't know if this change will last, or if it is only a passing awareness, but slowly, a sense is growing within me that sometimes, because we are close, we must also learn to be more careful.